Hey everybody, my name is Athendor Gaming and welcome back to Ultimate General Civil War. If you're new to the channel, you can click on the little icon in the top right of your screen and it'll take you to the playlist for the rest of the series. But here we are, about to get started on the Battle of Shiloh. Now I know our army looks a little bit different than it did before. I'm going to go ahead and cut that footage in right now. We may call in a favor here and grab these 24-pounder howitzers. In fact, I think we are doing just that. So that's going to be fine. So Carlin's artillery battery with these howitzers. 24 pounders are really good for medium range attacks. So attacks with things like shrapnel shot. We need to reinforce our 2nd Division as best we can. We have a couple colonels in the academy. They're expensive, but it's what we got. We just have no commanding officer for this battery, so they're gonna have what they have. We're gonna reinforce Colt's battery up to full. Get 4 guns onto Sully's battery. And try and get as many people as we can, up to 1,000 men. With as many veterans as possible. And then when that fails us, we'll do rookies. Yep. Okay, so every regiment's going to be able to be over 1,000 at least. We have $40,000. We need to think about how are we going to spend that money. Well, number one, we can upgrade another regiment to have the superior rifles because we just have them in stock. Yes, so that's a good thing. Number two, we could upgrade Carlin to have 8 guns. We're going to go ahead and do that, I think. I think that's the right move there. We're going to upgrade Ames to be 200 men. Since that seems to be about the typical size of those rebel regiments we keep running into, maybe even 250 men. So if a rebel skirmisher regiment confronts Ames, he can win. Truex, on the other hand, with those Sharps rifles, he's only really good for running short little flanking maneuvers, which is very unfortunate. Now we could equip a regiment of Sharps rifle wielding, and it will auto-gen a officer for us here. So I think we're going to do that. Welcome back. So I accidentally did that at the end of the last episode, and I had to cut it around a little bit, but hopefully that wasn't too disturbing for you. So today we're going to fight at Shiloh. Let's get right in. So we get to choose our 2 brigades to bring in, or corps rather, and we only have the 2 corps, so that's what we're going to do. Assembled, we're 33,000 men. 41 guns is not very many, so I think we do need to work on beefing up our artillery a little bit in the coming weeks. But for now, we've got to fight. We've transported our army via the Tennessee River to this location, Pittsburgh Landing, and we're preparing to advance further south. Our encampments are spread out to warn of any possible rebel attacks, starting from the west at Shiloh Church and ending here on the west bank of the Tennessee River. We're expecting General Buell tomorrow, and then we'll unite our forces and strike out over southern soil. General, our pickets have reported enemy movement a few miles to the south. So obviously we're going to get thrown right in here. Maybe it's a decoy and the rebels are planning to attack us from another direction. It's not. They aren't. In any case, our right flank at Shiloh Church must be defended. Be wise to deploy some skirmishers to scout the area and try to understand the Confederates' true intentions. Perhaps we will, and we may get some reserves later on. So we have Loomis, Perry, Benjamin, Stafford, and Morton. So this is really an ideal set of units. We also have our 2 best artillery batteries as well. This is our very best men, so we should be able to do good work here. We are going to detach some skirmishers. Not so much to figure out what the rebels are up to, because, pro tip, they are coming to give us a fight. But more so to slow the rebels down. Any time the rebels spend dealing with these skirmishers is trying to maneuver their whole of their army against only a part of ours, and that just works in our advantage. So we're going to go ahead and get set up in this wood line here. We're going to move our general over. We're going to get our artillery into these gaps here, and we're going to try and use this river as sort of a front to make them cross the river, move very slow while doing so, and be exposed to fire in the open, while we sit in the relative safety here of the tree lines. That's the plan, at least. We'll see how that goes. And we're going to move Loomis there. Loomis is our best unit at this point, so we want to make sure that we husband him a little bit. If we don't have to throw him into the middle of the conflict right away, we won't. But who knows? Maybe we'll have to. So again, kind of the same thing with the skirmishers. We want them to be on the edges of the wood line where they can engage from cover against enemies who are not in cover. Enemy forces detected. Is this an organized Confederate attack? Yes. Yes, it is. I do appreciate how they try to make the little reports accurate. Wow, 2,700 men under Shaver and 158 cavalry. That is a huge, huge rebel infantry regiment. That's absolutely ridiculous. I've never seen one that big in this game before. Now, I do know that the battles scale based on the size of your units. And there are ways to exploit that, but we're definitely not going to do that. Wow, 2,900 right there. Yeah, we're definitely not going to do that. That's certainly unsporting, I feel like. We're going to have Woods and the Red Shirt Battery go ahead and get started putting some fire down onto this rebel infantry regiment here under Shaver. There's one under Wood as well. Another 2,950 under Stewart. My goodness. There must be thousands and thousands of rebel infantry out there. Tens of thousands even. I have no clue how many of them how many regiments there are of them. Alright, our cannons are going to waste their time trying to do that, so we're going to have them continue to fire. Our infantry will see them off if they should get bold. Have them fire on the regiments that go into the open the most, just to try and deal the most damage. This is going to get bloody. It's going to get bloody quick. Our skirmishers won't hold for long, but they're not meant to. They're primarily meant to just simply hold up the enemy. That's all. Like, these skirmishers are doing perfectly right now. They're letting our artillery fire at long range, get 3 kills, while we take very, very light casualties in return for inflicting a good number on our own and just delaying the enemy. That's all. Just delay them. Just make them work hard. Additionally, every moment they're not engaging our front lines is a moment that all these rebel infantry, of which there's over 10,000 here, all these rebel infantry aren't able to begin wearing down our best and strongest units. These skirmishers, even if we fully lose every single one, represent a teeny fraction of our army. And therefore, you know, we're not going to be too afraid to risk them. If we had put whole infantry regiments out here, we would be in real trouble. See how close they can get so quick. The rebels do have some artillery back there. But like I said, we are holding them up. They're doing a good job of that. We're going to have Loomis come and fill that gap in that line. We're just not going to be able to fight the limited battle we were hoping right now. Again, we're just targeting that artillery on these regiments that move into the open. Just trying to micro our skirmishers to keep them out of the open. Eventually our skirmishers will be so worn down they'll just start to run away, and at that point we'll tell them to form back up. But Loomis's skirmishers here, as you can see, they've taken quite a few casualties, but they've bought us time. Time within which we're getting ever closer to getting more reinforcements and being able to fight back more effectively. And that's really what we're trying to do here. We're not trying to, you know, win the battle right now. We're just trying to hold on. Winning the battle comes later. Cannon's just not having tremendous effect right now. 32 kills on one battery, 23 on the other. We're going to tell our skirmishers to get out of the bloody river there. Alright, I think now is the moment to tell our skirmishers to pull back, rejoin their respective regiments, and let's get ready for a hell of a fight. Unfortunately, that means Loomis has already suffered, relatively speaking, heavy casualties. But here we go. We've got some of our first reinforcements, which is General Brewster and Benjamin's regiment. We're going to tell him to run. We're definitely going to need the extra forces immediately. And that looks like that's about it. So, thank you, General Brewster, but it's not exactly what I think we were envisioning. Okay, Stale showed up. We're going to bring him in behind the middle to act as sort of like a mobile reserve in a way. Our artillery is going to be key here. This artillery can kill a lot more men a lot faster than anybody armed with muskets in the end. Unfortunately, they don't have the ability to take very many casualties either. Stafford's doing well. Morton's about to just gut this rebel cavalry unit. What a waste. What a waste. Why even do that? Alright, we got a chance to get some enfilading fire in here. But we are going to take some damage in return. We're going to push the guns back a little bit. We want to pull them back. We don't want them to be what the rebels are targeting. We want them to shoot at the infantry, and then we want the guns to be able to fire unopposed. Okay, things are about to get really nasty here. General Brewster needs to hang around because it's about to get a whole nother level on the flank there. Alright, have those guns turn around and keep firing. Stevens is getting seen off, but Perry's going to break in return. Have Benjamin halt, form up, fire on Johnson. Let's go. The rebels are not throwing their whole force at us. If they did, they would probably sweep us aside right now. Okay, we've got him. We've got him pulling back. Perry will reform. Stale get into that gap. Perry's really struggling to reform his men. General Brewster needs to stay close by to the front line. Having two generals right now is a huge advantage for us. Perry just cannot seem to get those men back together. We need that regiment back here. Constant melee fighting. Benjamin's giving better than he's getting. Loomis is reaping an absolute toll. You're seeing the effect of those brand new rifles right there. Our 2 batteries have taken significant casualties already. That's no good. We need Perry to run and form up behind Benjamin, who needs to get his stuff together. Stale can walk. He can walk. We're running low on artillery ammunition already, which is no good. I believe what that will do is slow down their rate of fire. Alright, we seem to have driven the rebels off with pretty heavy casualties. But this sort of situation is only going to last so long. Even though we're taking fractions of the casualties we're taking, I mean, Loomis is just gutting, you know, rebel, God, that's almost a division. Rebel division after division as they attack. He just doesn't have enough men. We don't have enough men to be able to suppress this number of units for long. Especially with this unit just not doing anything. We may switch the artillery over here. Lieutenant Colonel Loomis was just wounded. At least he wasn't killed. How's everybody's morale doing? Morale looks good across the board. Morale looks very good across the board. If we can get Perry involved somehow, that'd be ideal, but I just don't see how we would do that. Maybe we'll have Perry take up those positions right there. That may expose him to a lot of fire and cause him to take a lot of casualties, but getting more muskets onto the enemy is only going to be an advantage. Alright, somebody's charging. It's going to be Johnson over on the flank here. He's about to catch it from Benjamin, and Benjamin can get this volley off. Alright, well done. Have Stale turn and fire. General Brewster, stay over there. Morale remains high. Stale should be able to see Johnson off right here. Nope, just not enough firepower. 1,000 men just isn't enough. And after we lost at Logan's Crossroads, we just weren't able to recruit as many men into the 2nd Corps. These are from the 1st Division of the 2nd Corps, and there's just not enough of them. Benjamin's troops have a real problem with running out of position. It does us no good. It does us no good at all. And now they've driven Johnson back into our rear. That's not a minor disaster, in my opinion. Not a minor disaster at all. Perry, moving Perry into that position has done well. He's taken heavy casualties, but he's been quite effective. We're going to have to move Stale into more of a blocking position. This is a problem. Alright, we've seen off Stewart there. That's good. That's a large enemy unit that we've kind of pushed back right there. Woods Battery and the Red Shirt Battery are doing absolutely excellent. Johnson on our rear flank here is going to be a real problem. If they attack from both sides at once, Stale and Benjamin are not going to be able to hold that position. There's no chance. We need more men. We need more men desperately, and with both of our generals here, it means that whatever small fight we fight next, we will not have a general to fight it with. Generals are really important because they give big-time morale bonuses. So like you'll see guys' morale go up even when they're under fire when the general is around. It really makes a huge difference. But you know, generals can only be at one place. That was quite the nifty little swirl maneuver there. Shaver here worries me. I don't like that Morton is just being tied down staring at this rebel regiment that's probably full morale and full health. Alright, so now we're going to go over to the left flank. Oftentimes, the opening stages of large battle missions are fought in multiple smaller segments and then one big segment altogether. Make a defensive line and hold the enemy back. Hold the center and the flank. Can do. So if we look here, we've got mainly our rawest regiments. We do have Truix, who's quite experienced. And we've got some of our best artillery as far as equipment goes. But we do not have a tremendous amount of troops, and we do not have a tremendous amount of experienced troops. I really think that our skirmishers are going to be critical here. So on this flank, this wide open space here worries me. We're going to be able to hold this flank easier because of the heavy wood line. So we're going to deploy our artillery to focus on this flank. And we're going to deploy the 24-pounder battery further back and the 12-pounder battery a little closer. We're going to send Gordon right there. We're going to have Truix entrench himself in these woods here and Branch hold back. Ames is going to move forward and try and engage any enemies as they come up this way. In fact, would it not be better? No. No, I think this is the best we can do. And unfortunately, we're going to have quite the gap in our lines, I feel like. But it's all we can do. We have limited forces to use. I don't think we'll be able to hold both of these positions. I'll be very surprised if we can. I don't think we need to have a quote-unquote victory in this battle. I am going to split off some skirmishers as we did before and send them way out in advance of the main body. Again, just trying to hold up enemy units as much as possible. Then we also have our main skirmishers in there who will be able to do excellent work on that front. So here we go. We see lots of rebel infantry. And again, no general. No general this time. So we're going to have Ames move up. He's got those long-range hunter rifles. So he should be able to do pretty good work against these rebel units who are not going to be able to return fire at him. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do as much with sort of camping out on the edges of open areas because there's just not as many closer to the enemy than they are to us, at least this time. Okay. Here comes a whole enemy corps. More? Is that what I read? A whole nother corps? That's insane. Their regiments are just massive. I can't get over it. I mean, that's 788 cavalry. I'm pretty sure that's bigger than the biggest regiment of cavalry we can get. Which is just ridiculous. So if we look here, we have a chance to fire into the flank of this rebel regiment. Flanking fire really hurts their morale, so we want to take the opportunity to do that as much as possible. It also does more damage. Okay, so Jackson's going to come charge us. We're going to give him a volley. And then we're going to run away. Run! Oh gosh! Oh, we took enormous casualties there. So he was very fortunate in that he was able to pull his units out of a charge and get them ready to fight as far as like a volley very quickly right there. Very fortunate on his part, very unfortunate on ours. So these guys are gonna get torn apart. Yep. These are 24-pounders. We want to focus on Jackson since he's making some aggressive moves. Yep. Alright. We're doing good work there. We may bring Truix up and around to try and fend off these cavalry. Right now I'm not seeing any rebel infantry trying to advance from this direction. So when we get our reinforcements here, was what I was about to say, I'm going to focus them over here. So we got spears, which is just 150 skirmishers, which is not great. And then I think, is that another artillery battery behind him? Oh, I don't think they're all on the map yet. Sully's battery, who has more 12-pounders. We're going to have Sully's battery come over here and set up to overlook this field, with the goal being to just rake it with canister shot as much as possible. We're going to have branch of skirmishers come and try and get a rear flank here. I think Ames is shooting at this range still, even. And then we did get some supplies, so that's good. Alright, we backed Jackson off, which is good. And we're going to continue to reap a bit of a toll from him right there. Excellent, excellent. And now he's routing. And we're able to focus our gunfire on him as he runs away from our cannons. Excellent, 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 excellent. Things are going well right now. I would say that we're about in the best position that we could realistically hope to be in. Alright, Breckenridge's Reserve Corps is also here. Why not? More rebels. We didn't have enough. We needed more. It was really a critical lack of supply. I'm going to move Branch down there, and I'm going to swing Truix up and around to try and get the opportunity to use him a little bit more in that skirmisher role, since they are, of course, specialized skirmishers. So we should try and do that as much as possible. Alright. So I think Magleton's skirmishers are done for the day. We're going to pull them back here very shortly. But we're going to keep using skirmishers as long as we can to delay them as much as possible. This delaying action has been wildly effective to my reckoning. We've been able to do great things so far with very small numbers of men. The casualties inflicted are not even really the most important part. The most important part is they haven't been able to really come and give us the business yet. And now with these 12-pounders getting into place, able to shoot grape shot across this open field at them, forcing them to attack us across this open field. We're going to be right where we want to be, especially with Ames able to provide enfilade fire across their front as well. We couldn't have drawn it up better. If we had put it on the wish list, we could not have hoped to have gotten a better result from our delaying action. It also makes the rebels fight piecemeal, so hopefully if we can drive these guys off or stall them here, once the main body of their forces here advance and attack presumably this area, I would assume, we should be able to maybe rotate over a brigade or two, or a regiment or two to help. Would be the hope, at least. Delaying actions like this with skirmishers are really, like, get good at that and you will see a lot more successes. Let's put it that way. Artillery is doing wonders right now. They don't have a commander, I don't know why they're called Sully's Battery, because there is no one commanding this battery. These cavalry have got to go away. They are causing us way too many issues right now. Alright, doing well, doing well. I'm really getting sold on using these, longer range skirmishers. Alright, withdrawing to the Hornet's Nest. Why? Why? We're doing fine. Confederates keep attacking us. This is a perfect location to establish a new defensive barrier. I would debate that. I would debate that. Delay them as much around Shiloh Church as we can. Okay. I say that. We've got more units ready to defend. Don't worry, we have a supply wagon. Well, we'll bring them up to support the artillery there. But they're not wrong. See, the problem is that we have this gap here. And if we don't fill that gap, we're going to be in a nasty spot. So I am going to go ahead and start by pulling back my artillery. There and there. And I'm going to have Gordon and Branch move to secure that sort of flanking area at the double as well. These supplies can move back. The skirmishers need to continue to do their job, because our only hope to be successful in pulling back is to not go all at once. If we go all at once, we're going to get a bunch of people killed. Well, there goes officer right there, unfortunately. But yeah, as you saw, it kind of started in two little parts, and then it joined together into one. You'll see that quite a bit. That cavalry just went straight through that gap. Okay, well, that's nothing short of a literal straight-up disaster. We're going to lose those supplies, aren't we? You guys know how I feel about losing supplies. Alright, we're going to leave skirmishers behind and just pull back wholesale. It's what we've got to do. With that cavalry back there, this is going to become an untenable position real quick. Yes, pull back. Run. Run, 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 run. We're also going to pull back our full skirmisher units, Truex and Ames there, and Spears. As our goal is just to delay them, and those units, if they get destroyed, we lose them outright. So yeah, we're just trying to get away with as much as we can, as quick as we can. Alright. Doing well. Magleton can fill that gap. Gordon can stand there. Sully's battery, I want to position right there with Hicks holding there. Parrott's there. Alright, we've been able to keep them off of the bulk of our men, it seems like. We've got to contest the Hornet's Nest, which we have done. Alright, these two artillery need to position themselves there. Nearby divisions from Buell's Corps have arrived sooner than expected. Do what you gotta do, boys. Alright, we're gonna move Truex and Spears off into the woods over here on the right, along with Ames. That's gonna help stabilize that position. Branch's skirmishers we're gonna have pull back. Parrott we're gonna have pull back Yeah, we're just going to order a general withdrawal of the split-off skirmishers. And hopefully these reinforcements will be able to shore us up a little bit. Those guys need to run because this is seriously bad. We're going to have these guys move to the center, and those guys are going to chase those cavalry to the ends of the earth, with the hope being that they can eventually stop them. Yes, we're doing good-ish. We're doing good-ish. We're doing good enough. It has to be good enough. All right, branch. I'm back there. I want branch in those woods right there. That's where I want branch. And Truex, Spears, and Ames can get after that rebel cavalry. Dadgum rebel cavalry. I swear. They're always causing me problems. Get branches skirmishers to reform back up. Artillery's doing well. Magleton skirmishers got run off, so we're going to reorder them to go back. We're going to have Brewster come and ride over and take that flank there. Get in command of that. We're going to have Athendor move over here and take command of that one. This is a tough fight. This is a tough fight. We're hanging in there a lot better than I had expected. But I think a big part of that is the rebels are not being nearly as aggressive as they could be. Not nearly as aggressive. Okay, our unit here is routing. No, they're not. I really hate this that they're running cavalry around behind us, because the game is very objective focused, and if you lose control of an objective, it punishes you pretty severely for that. I don't like that. I'm going to move Hazen over here because he's the larger regiment. I'm going to move Parrott back into reserve. I don't want them to run, though. I want them to walk to preserve their fighting condition. And then we have Bruce here to back up in case we get busted open somewhere, which it looks like we're about to do. Okay, what can we do? We have 1,000 rebel infantry behind our lines as well. Bloody hell. Alright, run, Parrott. Fire into the flank of those rebels. Oh boy. This is about to get nasty. We need to get General Brewster over here. And no matter what we do, we're going to definitely lose some men right here. Like, we're definitely going to have some unit break. Yep. Alright, hold Pittsburgh Landing. Oh, God. We got to pull back again? Alright. The ironclads are standing out the bank of the Pittsburgh Landing ready to assist us. They'll bombard enemies that get close. See, the problem here is we already have a rebel regiment back here. See, like I hate that. I hate that so much. That bothers me in ways that I cannot describe. So we're going to go ahead and get our artillery moving back because it's the most important thing. We can't lose any artillery batteries here. We're short on guns as it is, and they've really helped us repel these rebel attacks very effectively, I feel. We're going to have Benjamin go after Johnson and try to pin him in place. And then we're going to do the same thing that we did last time, where we're going to leave skirmishers in our positions. Not Loomis, though, apparently. And then the major units are going to pull back, and then the skirmishers will fight a delaying action to buy us time to do so. Magleton is going to be fine. Bruce, fine, yes. These units may have to hang on for a moment or two longer. We just don't want it to turn into a general rout. That's the most important thing. We can't have a general rout happen. Because if that happens right now, with us being non-established in our defensive positions, we're going to be in serious trouble. All these guys need to run. Oh no. Run. 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 Palmer surrendered. That's the supplies there. Okay. And our skirmishers will hopefully secure that for us. Amon is going to go over here and try to tie up Johnson so he can't do any tricky business back on our flanks. We're going to tell him to run. We're going to tell Parrott to run. We're going to tell Hazen to run. Yes, we're getting out of here. We're going to be able to salvage most of our forces here. Just don't want to let them pin us down anywhere. None of that. Hold there. Hold there. Skirmishers are doing their jobs. Fighting hard. Just giving the artillery time to get away. That's what's most important. Give the artillery time to get away. Alright, we're doing it. We're doing it. We're hanging on here. These daggum cavalry, I'm going to detach probably 2 of my regiments, make sure I sweep them out of this back area as soon as I can. We need to run. We're going to take some losses to our artillery right here. General Brewster can go ahead and pull back. Again, the skirmishers are performing beautifully right here, but these guys need more time. They need more time. The artillery is so slow. Bruce's skirmishers surrendered. Oh no. Oh no. Just trying to form any sort of skirmish line so that we can get these guys off us. We're going to have Gordon charge right there. We're going to have Amon keep moving back. We just got to keep fighting. Have Stafford move in there. Pull back, pull back. Haynes, pull back. Palmer, stay with the rest of the troops. Truex, go there. Ames, go there. Spears, go there. Just trying to get these cavalry driven out. There we go. Benjamin, move up, take that flanking position. Gordon, move right there. How are the batteries doing? Alright, our 2 best artillery batteries are getting away pretty effectively. We want to just delay this main rebel advance as long as we can. It's going to cost us dearly, but it's what we've got to do. We're going to try and put our 12-pounders up front and put our 24-pounders a little more to the rear so that they can utilize their long-range deadly. They're more deadly at longer range, is what I'm trying to say. So they're more effective if we can give them a little space to work. Magleton there. Bruce, pull back there. Stale's going to pull back and be over there. Perry, backing up Branch. Got to get these artillery batteries out of there. Come on. We're going to get our skirmishers to come stand over here and fuck up these cavalry whenever they try it again. Which you know they will. Oh, shit. Alright, we're in big trouble here. The red shirt battery's getting flanked by Johnson. We're sending Hicks, skirmishers, and Benjamin to fend him off. We can't take too many casualties to our artillery, but unfortunately, we're just going to lose a good portion of them. Yep. Alright. Well, most of our troops seem to have made it. We're going to tell what skirmishers who can to pull back and rejoin their units. Try and get them rejoined, salvage what men we can out of that, and get ready to fight more of a pitched battle. Sully's battery and the red shirt battery are almost back. We're just going to stream back our skirmishers. See where we're at. We've lost about 24% of first corps and about 14% of second corps. Honestly, from a purely pragmatic standpoint, we're not doing that bad. Alright, red shirt battery probably needs to be kept off the front line. Sully's battery probably needs to move there. Let's see. Gordon can move right there. Plug that hole. We're good. Good. Magleton. I like my skirmishers on the flank here. Brewster there. We're definitely going artillery heavy on the center here. So we may move some artillery over. Yeah, I want my artillery to be protected behind as many troops as possible, to try and keep it in a position where it can all focus as much fire as it possibly can on the fewest number of men that we possibly can. Alright, here we go. Now's the moment. So let's see if we can get all these artillery batteries onto one enemy unit. These ones that we put up front here are going to take very heavy casualties very fast. So we may consider pulling them back. I'm pretty sure Loomis is holding the exact center of our line right now. But I'd like to think that by focusing all of our batteries on him, we should see some pretty dramatic results very quickly. Overall, I'm not too sure how this battle is proceeding at this moment. On the one hand, I feel we're doing well. We're holding back the enemy. We're accomplishing our objectives. But on the other hand, they just seem so much more overwhelmingly powerful than us. And the casualties are just going to continue to mount as they close in close to us here in a moment. And they're going to really punish us. On the other hand, or at least local superiority in gunfire is really showing. Yeah, okay, they're going to just see those batteries off really quick. So we're going to pull them back. See if we can preserve some guns. Alright, our supplies are empty there. Supplies have got a little bit over here, so we're going to move them up. Have Hazen's skirmishers rejoin. I don't know why they haven't already. Where is Hazen? He's on the very front. It should have been relatively easy for him to rejoin, I think. We're going to get all of our batteries together. Here. Try and have them form up in sort of a semicircle across the middle. I just want anybody who tries to advance on that middle to really catch hell. Okay, we do have a rebel infantry regiment advancing on our flank here. So we're going to have to move these infantry up and use them instead of holding them in reserve. Which means we're going to move Ames over there so we can sharpshoot a little bit. And we're going to move Spears and Truex back so we can try to preserve them to plug any minor holes. We're going to move Truex over there, and we'll keep Spears over here as well to see if he can snipe a guy or two off from the back row. Yes, all this artillery massed in one place is going to be good work. Good work indeed. I do wish we had some cavalry in this battle, and I can't believe I'm saying that, but I do wish we had some cavalry, because cavalry would probably be very effective for us right now. Alright. Tell everybody to stop. Get your cannons set up. I was trying to see if I could set up a hotkey there to select them all at once, but I cannot. And now have them all focus fire on whatever rebel regiment decides to try their luck. And let's see if we can't just punish them as they try to move forward. So right now our cannons are probably in that range band where they're firing shrapnel shot instead of round shot. And that makes them very effective. Look at that. Look at them just get torn apart. We're going to keep the fire on them. Here they come. They get slowed down by the muskets, and now the artillery is firing canister and shrapnel into them. We probably just caused over 500 casualties to that regiment right there. This regiment's about to break, so we're going to keep up the fire on them. We're going to target Stewart next. Wait and see if we can get it off onto him. Yep. Massed artillery in this game, y'all. Massed artillery. It is the most deadly thing of all. Going to continue to focus. Okay, we're going to target Traub now. Because Traub's higher strength. Alright, hold up. McCook's division from Buell's Corps is here. Hold the landing. So what does that give us? That gives us some supplies, which we'll send forward to stand right behind the artillery. And huge! That's the whole division. It has to be for sure. No, it's just one regiment of it. My goodness. I can see that we're going to have to get a great many men recruited after this battle to try and keep up. So we'll do that, and we're probably going to have these guys come and just take the position of honor, if you will, and hold that very front line. We're going to have Hicks and Loomis pull back, and then we'll swap out Amon for... we may swap out one of them for Hazen and one of them for Stafford. Pull Stafford back to be reinforcements. Swap them around a little bit. We want to use the reinforcements they give us as our frontline men as much as possible, basically. Because we don't got to replace them. Oh, and another artillery battery. Joy of joys. Yep, here we go. Get you some, boys. Uncle Sam's Artillery Emporium is open for business. And it's coming with flame and fury. Look at that. That artillery just rakes them to pieces every time they advance forward against it. Excellent, 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 excellent. Have these guys move back and have Kirk take up the fortifications. We're going to have Branch pull back and Gibson take up the fortifications. And then we're going to have Stafford pull back and Rousseau take up the fortifications. Now let's get back to managing artillery. Show them why you get your artillery close in a Civil War battle. Wood is our next unfortunate victim. Now, a good amount of these casualties are being caused by musket fire. Like, make no mistake, like Kirk and Rousseau and Amon and Gibson are going to wreak havoc on them at such a close range, especially with fortifications on their side. But the artillery helps. We're going to go up to triple speed because it's going to be a lot of this for a long time, it seems like. These rebel regiments, give them their credit, they are stubborn. Not that it will help them very much. We're going to target Trout because he's moving out into the open. It'll be the last mistake he ever makes. So they're charging their regiments from a long distance. That's a key tactical error because their guys are never going to get there, and they're going to be exhausted by the time they get close. It's a real problem for him. Okay, here's a charge. Russell, and you see he ran out trying to cross that river. Just didn't have the staying power to keep up. We're just going to keep targeting these guys as they come out of the woods. You can see we're creating just a beaten zone here. An area where the whole ground is churned up. Amazing. You gotta love it. You gotta love the way the game rewards you for using those historical tactics. That is just such an amazing thing for this game to do. You know, you gotta appreciate the developers too, man. For the care and attention they obviously put into this. And thinking about, like, how do we reward players for doing such things. I love it. I love it. I'm really excited to play Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, which is by the same company. Just had an update. Just not ready to get into the alpha yet. I'm really waiting until they get a campaign mode because I know that's going to be really fun and exciting. Considering Ultimate Admiral Age of Sail, I am. Alright. So, we're going to proceed to the next day. But before we do that, we get to go back to this screen and we get to go back to the camp. And we get to potentially reinforce. I'm not sure if we're going to do that or not. But ladies and gentlemen, I think day 2 of the Battle of Shiloh will be a perfect topic for our next episode. My name has been Athendor Gaming. If you've enjoyed what you watched, consider liking or subscribing the video. I will again link the playlist for the rest of the series up in the top right hand corner. Thank you for watching.